we have to have systems. So once I started learning like funnels was a big thing for me because I was never using funnels. And I learned funnels from you right in the very beginning. And I really realized that you had to have all of those pieces in place. So you can't just have a video and then not have something.
So we've got Cassie Spears. She is with Dallas Fort Worth, and I'll let her tell you a little bit about her journey and what she is doing right now, where she is seeing the biggest impact in her business. Hi, Cassie.
Hello. My journey with you started 4 years ago when your coaching program wasn't that old. And one of the things about me is I implemented immediately. So you said, do this. I did this. I didn't jump forward in the course. I did it pretty much exactly how you said it. So I was able to see results really quickly. I already had an established business. So I've been a realtor since 2001. So I had an established business, but I was just kind of bored. I wasn't really being challenged, and my sphere of influence and past clients were, coming in and doing repeat business with me, but I wasn't reaching the people that I didn't know, like online leads and things like that. So the main purpose for me to get in your program was, one, nobody was doing videos then, especially, not even anything close to what they're doing now. And so I wanted to be, that person in my area to do the videos. So one of the things that in your program that probably made me the most money instantly was when we did location domination. When we just focused on my town, which at first I kind of had a limiting belief thinking that I was going to limit myself to just my town. But really what happened was we branched out from there, but we did a lot of business in my exact area. So we did all the steps for location domination. We picked neighborhoods that we wanted to market to. We used your marketing campaigns to get through there. We did a lot of green screen videos and Facebook ads in the beginning. Now our business has evolved just because online marketing has evolved. So we're still doing Facebook, but we've added some other elements. I've added Google, a lot of things with Google, which that takes you back to location domination because you have to know what to talk about in your area and be relevant in your area. But then you also want to do that online. So my goal was to be on page 1 of Google for my town. If you said realtor in Burleson, Texas, I want to be the #1. And we have been in #1 spot for like 24 months. So we do blogs. We use some AI features and stuff to help us with blogs. We do a lot of online posting. We basically, everything that you told us to do, we did. And then we changed some stuff up, or we would add things because this blueprint's not just a blanket. It's not going to work exactly the same for everyone. But if you just pick and choose like the really good things and you just implement those completely, like I don't know anybody that could do everything in your program. I just don't know. I mean, over time, yes, but the cool thing about it is there's so many golden nuggets, but you can't just dabble in it. You really have to like do it all the way. You have to put the work behind it. You have to fail forward sometimes. And one of the things is I was always used to just, positive online communication and posting on Instagram and stuff. So once we started doing videos and platforms, you really put yourself out there for some people that sometimes can write negative things about you. But the cool thing is when you're in a group like this, everybody does it to us. So we just share it and we laugh about it and move on. And I think that if I would have tried to do this on my own, I might have gotten my feelings hurt, or I might have not, kept making the videos because I don't really care what, user, whatever says about me. So I think that's where we have the community in your group that really helps. So it's just compound effect. It's literally all the things. But where I see people not do the program to the fullest is because they want to see what somebody else is doing and they want to go try this over there. And you really should just do it from the beginning, just like everything tells you to do it. And then after a year, if you want to take things away or add things to it, then do that. But I just think that it's such a good, well thought out program that it's all there for you.
So talk a bit about your numbers, Cassie. So I know you have a property management business too. So can you kind of the evolution of your business?
Yeah. So I started a property management business in 2006 when the market was starting. There was rumblings of things starting, nothing like now where people talk about it, but I was studying it. And so I knew that I needed to supplement my income. So I started a property management business. So when I came to you, I was, I thought that management business was doing great. And, and then I was like, okay, I want to make my sales go up now. I've got this all going. Well, once I learned some of the stuff that you taught me, I learned how to do it for both businesses. So instead of like building one at a time, we just built them both at the same time. So when I started with you, I was a single agent with one assistant. I've always had an assistant over the last 10 years. I was managing about 185 properties and selling like 25 to 30 houses every year. And which was great. It was a great living, and especially for, me and one other person. So now we are managing just under 350, right under 350. We could have been over that, but we actually spent last year kind of picking and choosing. We eliminated some properties of people that just didn't align with us, if they didn't want to take care of repairs. So we actually ended the year with a little bit less, but it was okay because we've got some freed up space in our minds. And then I had 54 closings last year, closed 20 million. We're in an area where the average sales price is like 350. So the really cool thing that I think that when I did my numbers last year, I wanted to be at 20 million, but I thought it was going to take me a lot more transactions. And the really cool thing is I raised my average sales price by 110,000. So then you take that, 54 deals, that's 6 million that I added by doing the same, amount of work. But I think it's because we were marketing to a different audience. So we were getting higher price listings. We were working with more established buyers. So it was really cool because it was like the whole not harder, but smarter working method. And it was really nice to be like, we still hit our goal and it didn't take us as many transactions. And I think if the last quarter hadn't changed so drastically, we would have probably done 10 or 15 deals because we were on pace. And then, kind of the market kind of just paused during that last quarter. And we still did transactions. Like we closed one a week. We did 12 in the last quarter, which was good. But yeah, our numbers have changed. I really wanted to hit the million mark. I didn't hit the million mark, but I got way closer than I was last year.
Well, so last year you did 700,000 in gross commission, right? What'd you do this year?
9.
Oh man, that's so good, Cassie.
Yeah, it's great.
Amazing.
But you know me, if I set a goal, I want to get that number. So, but I think still to do that with the year that we had and to build the property management business, we started getting commercial rentals. We started getting higher price rentals. So, I mean, in the month of January, we rented 11 properties. Wow. And that's a lot. Like that's a lot for just, a team of, basically 3 people taking care of that. So, and then we closed 4 transactions. So we still want to do at least one a week. Our goal is not to close anything less than 52 because I just like that one a week closing. I mean, I think it's a pretty sustainable business if you can have a closing every week.
Yes. Oh, for sure. And absolutely. So you definitely, are very organized. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like where you were and where you're at now, as far as your business, your organization, your systems and processes?
Yeah. Before I got into your program, I didn't even have a logo. I did 0 marketing. I had done business plan. I had a really good systems and processes for my property management company. You have to be very organized to be able to handle that amount because every month we're dealing with that many rent checks. We're paying that many owners. It's a lot. I mean, a high producing agent, does 300 deals a year, and that's amazing. And like we're servicing that amount of people every single month. So we have to have systems. So once I started learning like funnels was a big thing for me because I was never using funnels. And I learned funnels from you right in the very beginning. And I really realized that you had to have all of those pieces in place. So you can't just have a video and then not have something. So we work on like lead magnets and things like that. So everything now that we do is so systematic. Like how we take listings is systematic, how we do our advertising, just everything. I think in systems. It's how my brain works. So it was really cool to be able to do that with real estate and with property management. And now I feel like it's just so like I like clarity. So like tracking and things like that, but I just feel like it's so organized and well ran that if something happened to me and say I couldn't work for 30 days, it wouldn't be exactly the same, but my team could get it done. Like there's a system in place for everything. So as long as there's somebody manning the fort a little bit, then we could get it done. And that's a big thing in this business. A lot of people, they're tied to their desk. And I will tell you, last year I probably worked way more than I want to work. And so this year I made a really good effort to be like, being very like intentional with my time and making sure that I'm getting back to being off at a certain time. But I also just loved working last year. I just loved, it was just such an interesting year to go off of from the year before with offers. And then this year with things leveling out, it was really fun to work. But I also kind of look back and be like, man, that's all I did was work last year. So this year we're going to focus on having a life too.
Well, that's funny because the year before that, it was the opposite. Remember,
it was. And so I turned the gas pedal on and, I did my review funnel. And then, we have just under 200 5-star reviews. That gets business itself. So I just feel like we're at the point
with
now.
That being said, 4 years ago, she didn't have one review.
Okay. No, not even 2 years ago. We didn't even have a Google presence per se. Like I just thought, you have a website and then eventually you're going to end up on Google if you post enough stuff on it. And now I realize there's so many things that are involved with that process. But again, it's a process.
It's a process. Okay. So if somebody's watching this right now, what would your advice be to them? Like, what would your advice be?
I would say that, 1, sign up. And then 2, do the program at your course. Do not chase things out. Do not get involved in what Sally's doing or Tim's doing. Worry about what you're going to do, because at the end of the day, it's your business that you work on it. So if you want to not work on it and you want to be lazy and then you want to think, why is it not working? You're going to have to work on it. But if you work on it, there's so many people that have success stories from this that it's a proven system. So it's not like some coaches who, sold a couple of million in real estate and they started a coaching program. This one is very much laid out where if you do the things, you won't fail. But if you don't do the things, then it's not going to work.
And it takes time. So what would you
time?
Yeah, it takes time. I think that's the biggest thing.
I was doing everything. And like I said, I was seeing the fruits really quickly, but it was more like connecting with my clients and making sure it wasn't like outside sources. The last 2 years, that's when I can say, okay, like last year we did 65% referrals and past clients and then 35% from marketing. So that's a big change from where my business was before, whenever I wasn't doing any marketing at all, of course. So
yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah. So get organized, get systems, do the work, give it the time it takes. There's no magic pill. You've got to actually do the work. But what would you say about the support system? Like, I think so many agents are like lone rangers. How would you talk about the support?
I think the cool thing is, especially where your support is now, like there is pretty much someone for anything that you need. Someone that works in your organization that has already had this question asked to them several other times. But then there's also so many people in the program too. So it's like you have this paid on support who really do care and want you to do good. But then you do have like who's supposed to be your competition. And those people are supporting you. Those people are like, no, do this, or, oh, fix this. I like how just honest and open format, especially like summits and things where you get to be in person. Like it's really neat to collaborate with other people doing the same thing, because this business isn't like that. Most people they just want to keep their secrets. And I think where you have provided is a system of people that like to share. They like to celebrate wins. They like to help each other. It's really cool. It's not like anything I would have ever thought I would have in real estate. And now I have friends like everywhere. Like, I mean, I have realtors in every single state, like really, really good friends from this too.
Yeah. That you can come to help. That's the hardest part, because without the support system, it's just so difficult. You feel like you're
or
alone.
You're just like, if you just are doer and you do and you do and you do, sometimes you're not seeing that other end. So when you talk to somebody else that's doing the same things that you are, you kind of like, they level you out, because I can do the same thing for them. I'm like, okay, that's not working, but you did this, and this. And so if you're a really high achiever, you're only focusing on the things that you haven't done yet, or the things that aren't technically working. So it's really cool to be able to talk to somebody else that's might be having the same problem, or they've been over it and they're like, oh, actually, this is what I did. And, it's just a really cool environment.
Collaboration and mastermind.
Yeah,
okay.
Very much.
You heard it straight from Cassie herself. She's crushing it. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate you. And thank you for giving everyone the advice on what is working right now in real estate. Bye. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.